and welcome to the Astroflower. We're going to be doing a general reading for the month of August, and at the end you will get a personal message for your sign. Okay, I have noticed a few things in the general reading really, looking at everybody's weekly signs. There's a particular cards that seem to be coming up, which seems to be the Seven of Wands and what was the other one? The Empress as well was coming up quite a lot. So it seems to be sort of a case of enjoying the moment. That's what it seemed to be for a lot of people, and listening to the messages that are around us. As you can see, I'm out here in the countryside. I'm on a ley line, an energy line that goes down towards the centre of town, and it's a thermal baths town. So people used to come here many years ago. I think the thermal baths closed down around about 50 years ago, but people have been coming here for centuries for these thermal springs that are along here. So it's a beautiful place, and I thought it'd be a good place to come and try and get messages for from the nature, from the general vibration of the planet Earth, as it were. It's obviously an interpretation of the universal vibration. So yeah, so this is what it's been a lot of. There's been a lot of that, that whole idea of enjoying the moment, listening to the messages, and marrying both sides of life. That's what it seems to have been. Let's just see what comes out for us as a collective, and then we'll be pulling some cards for your particular sign. I've got two cards. They don't want to separate. They want to come out together. That's the overall energy there going through at the moment. Two of Pentacles and the Strength card. So staying to your path by the looks of things, staying true to yourself, concentrating on particular things. That's the interpretation of the cards. Rather than diverting between lots of different things, there's a little bit of a choice going on as well. Probably more to do with finances than anything else. But it's more of a case of just staying true to your own path of where you're going in life, and trying to marry those sort of two sides of life, the work and the social aspect of it all. This is your emotional sort of side, or our emotional side and our relationship side. This is the money side. This is the overall energy that's running through. This is the karmic paths. And this is the general outcome. Let's just go straight in then. What we're going to do is slightly different. We're going to pick the cards as we go. So let's just see what the message is coming in from the karmic path for our emotional and a collective emotional relationship side. Time to heal. Time to reconnect, I think, with everybody else. Time to appreciate your community, appreciate your neighbour. We've all been through a lot over the last year, and there you go, Two of Wands. So yeah, planning for the future in a way, and this is how we build a community wherever you are in the world, just by connecting with people that are around you, saying hello, that sort of thing. You know, when you cross eye contact, just that sort of thing I think is a really good thing. And planning and creating this new future. And this could be part of this choice thing that we were talking about and the overall energies here, because this is the Two of Wands as well. So it's all about, you know, planning that journey to go on. And it seems that way of sort of, we have a choice at the moment, collectively, and individually obviously, but mainly collectively, about going forward and seeing how we can put it all together. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence that karmic path or that karmic message. What do you want? What do you want? That's there's so many things on offer here in regards to relationships and interactions with other people that are around us. And this could be your partner and your family and your friends. But the universe is sort of saying, what do you want? What's the, you know, wishing for a star, wishing on a star. So what do you want? What do you want? Wish big. you know, if you've got an ideal scenario for your relationships around them, live it. Let's just see how our collective guides and our ancestors are trying to sort of influence that karmic message going on there. Let's just see what's going on. No generation is perfect. No generation has got it right. Each generation tries to change things slightly, but no generation has got it right. And our ancestors here and our guides and are trying to sort of say this is a path that's created as once you put one foot in front of the other. Nothing's predestined. And yeah, in the past, our grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, they would have got things wrong. You know, we get things wrong. Everybody gets things wrong. And they're almost sort of saying it's okay. It's good to examine. It's good to explore and even to get things wrong. But this is a change of fortune at the moment within our relationships collectively, obviously. And I think this is all about that healing, that forgiveness, forgiving one another, forgetting past histories and just drawing a line over it and just kind of say, okay, we've learned now. That is the past. We can't keep going back and trying to realign the past. We can't, because otherwise we wouldn't have learned the lessons. So let's just get on, learn those lessons and move forward, yeah? Okay? Let's see how our collective, our guides and our ancestors are trying to influence that conversation that is within us. I think everybody understands that when we're calm and relaxed and enjoying life, we don't tend to say things that are painful to others. We don't tend to say things that put people in difficult situations, including oneself. And I think here is the guides and and the ancestors are really trying to sort of kind of go, chill, it's okay, don't worry about it. The past is the past, the future is the future. It's not a case of forgive and forget. It's more a case of don't forget so we don't do it again. It's as simple as that. We can't change anything or pay anything from past sort of situations. Excuse me, far too many cards there. Although the Queen of Swords came out at the bottom, so it's it might be the clear thinking. Let's just see what comes out here for that. Yeah, walking away from past conflicts. I think this is what they're trying to encourage the conversation within us. So as you're talking to other people, talking to people around you, you may get that sensation of, I'd like to interject here and everything like that. And it's just avoiding conflict, basically, and moving on, but growing up. I'm not the centre of the universe. You are not the centre of the universe. We are the centre of the Earth's universe. This Earth, this beautiful planet that is around us, she knows what she's doing. I trust her completely. In even regards for us learning things about how to use the resources on this planet. It's trusting that, and I think walking away from conflict and things that may cause us problems. Let's go on to the financial sort of side. This is going to be interesting, I think, more than anything else. Let's see what the karmic message is here. We have to have a different relationship with money. Yeah, money is a good way of sort of exchanging things and putting things into categories and stuff like that, and arranging things. But we have to get past the idea of, making money off of other people's suffering and putting up with that, not putting up with that, rather, So I think the karmic message here is, give money real value. This is it, community. One of the things that was taken out of the laws of economy in the French university, the famous French university, was the fact that the economy has to be served the greater good, and so that has no longer been the case. It's a bit like saying goodbye to the gold standards. You know, I think we need to get back to something that's a little bit more sort of concrete and stuff like that. And I think that's within us as a collective, as an economy, as a way of exchanging between people. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence this karmic mark. The universe is sort of saying it's simpler than we think. We tend to complicate things with tax laws and stuff like that. Maybe there would just be one-off tax when you purchase something. Maybe that should be it. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a new paradigm coming up, and I think this is it. And I've been talking about it on Cymatic TV, and maybe this is what we need to step into. So yeah, it's there you go, 10 of Pentacles. We have everything that is available within the economic world that we can then choose to have a different relationship with it, and it needs to be tied to real resources and real situations, I think, because it's all becoming a little bit too virtual. You know, being ways of payment, that's fine, that can be very virtual. I don't personally mind. I think it makes life a lot easier. But the actual finances itself, the money, the end of the line thing has to be tied to something. And I think we've lost that, really, that sense of real value. And maybe we need to just readjust that and reevaluate that within our own individual lives. Let's just see how the guides and the ancestors are trying to influence this. It is making sure that your neighbour is okay. I think this has got to do with the Three of Cups here. The community, the sharing, the making sure everybody's okay. And I think they're sort of saying, if we're, you know, in the past, the mistakes we've made with money and stuff like that is that we haven't ensured that everybody moves forward together. And I think that's you know, that's a valuable approach to finances. Justice, that's what it is. Yeah, making sure there's a bit of balance, and I think our ancestors realise this, and maybe we should be sort of like putting ourselves into the collective and really starting to decide that we can do what we want on this planet. We can literally do what we want. It's us who decides, but you have to be consistent about it in how we purchase things, how we actually manufacture things and stuff like that. Let's just see how the guys are trying to influence the conversation that is within us. As I said, drawing a line above things, not trying to go back and correct history, I think is a really bad thing. Simply because we risk to forget how wrong humans can get it, you know. And if we do adjust the past, we may forget, you know, the harder side of the human being, so we can actually concentrate on the softer and the more joyous side of the being. Of the human being. So there needs to be some sort of that line needs to be drawn, and a new rules, basically, and I think they should be very simple, like nature. Nature has very simple rules, and this is the whole thing about getting the message from nature. You know, nature does not complicate things. There is a lot of emotions in nature, but at the end of the day, nature, you know, bypasses that as well. So when a lion, say, eats a young deer or a young, you know, springbok or whatever, wildebeest or whatever, it's not emotionally attached to it. and nor is the wildebeest, nor is nature. It's part and parcel of it. And a certain acceptance from our side, I think, is probably a good idea to actually put our egos back into place. Ego is not a bad thing, but certainly is once it starts getting out of control and trying to rule everything. Let's just see what the overall energy is going out for this general reading, the outcome for all of this. The Magician. We can manifest what we like, people. You know, it's just a case of doing it. It's a case of saying no to certain things and yes to other things. And you may not necessarily agree with your neighbour, what they say yes and no to. But I think if if we lead with the idea that if it's good for me, it's got to be good for everybody else. If we lead for that idea there, then surely we're going to come up with something that's, that works for everybody. I really do. And I think this is a real changing time, this July and August. It's been very, very poignant this July. And I think August is going to be a bit of a cream of the cherry on the cake, as it were. It's going to be really nice. And it's going to make, there's going to be a lot of realizations within everybody. So there you go. That's the general reading. Now let's just see how your sign individually goes into this. So Leo, we're coming, happy birthday to you. This will be August, where you'll have 3 of these weeks will be within your birth sign, so it must be your birthday at some point. Happy birthday to you. Hope you've got a lot of clarity on your going forward, on your plans that you want to do for the coming year, because that's what it's all about for you at the moment, and putting them into action. You've got the Strength card right in the middle, and that 2 of Pentacles, which really does sort of plays into Leo's favour. It really does play into that Leo energy, of the strength of that heart and stuff like that. We're going to be pulling 1 card on the relationship side, 1 card on the financial side, overall energy, and the general outcome. Let's just see straight away what's going on the relationship sides. I think this change of fortune, because you're going through that transition at the moment, going from through your birthday, I think that transition of change of fortune, it's got to be an observing one. So I think there's a lot of observation from your side before you actually act in regards to relationships that are around you. So yeah, I think it's all to do with a bit of observation. Page of Cups, there you go. Yeah, it's working towards the idea of the perfection of what relationships can be, not only in your community, in your sort of like family, in your friends and your community, but also within your couple, and observing and seeing how you need to position yourself. I think that's really, really important for you in regards to relationships. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of side. This seems to be more important than the relationship side, because the relationship side is all about observation and getting ready to position. I don't think it's necessarily positioning yourself majorly in August, but I think in the financial sort of side, in regards to jobs, business, projects and that sort of thing, there's a lot more positioning going on there, and that whole just and honour and valour comes through there, I think, in this sort of thing. So yeah, you deserve what you deserve. So if you've been working hard, or you've been you've been honest within your job and your business, and you're progressing and you're keeping focused on it, I think you're going to do really well. And I think people are going to appreciate that whole idea of value that you give, that extra value that you give to financial gain, the value that you give within your job and etc., or within your business, but not just for you, but for the community that is around us. And I think that's what that Page of Pentacles is all about, learning about that new journey, and looking at the long-term plan, as it were. Yeah, I think this is whole value and valour. It's a call to action, and I think this is going to be important for you in this month of positioning and calling yourself to action. Let's just see what the overall energy is going out for you over this month. Some beekeeper just went past with 1,000 hives on his, which is totally Leo. That whole sort of order. So this is it. We're listening to the messages that are around us here, which is the most important thing. And I think this is the overall energy here. It's really telling you there is sweet honey within that order, and I think that's what you're going to discover. You'll discover a real sort of a lighter side to life, but with all that security. And 10 of Wands. So it's coming to the end of the journey that you've been carrying a load upon your shoulders, and I think it is releasing that, which is really important. Let's just see what another, I want to pull another card. So it is about releasing that sort of, you know, if you think about a beehive, they stock bees. They're constantly stocking, and we're constantly taking their stock, and then, you know, you leave enough for them to build up over the winter period, over the end of the summer, so they've got enough honey for the winter, for the hive to survive and everything. And that's what that whole sort of thing is, of destocking it. And yeah, I think there's a different type of value as well. Yeah, working together, there you go, beehive. Yeah, you know, yeah. Just working together. I think this is what it's all about, of unloading yourself and working together with others that are around you. What's the general outcome for you, Leo? Breathing. I think you're gonna. I think by the end of August, you're going to be able to breathe freely. Where it's all to do with security and manifesting that new way of being, that new way of interaction. As I say that, the beehives have just gone down that road there and coming back up on the other side of the river now. So they're bringing back that message of security, and that's what beehives are all about. So yeah, I think it's all to do with security for you. You can manifest what you want. Look at that, magician on magician. You can manifest what you want, Leo, here. This is really, really good. And that call to action there. I want to pull another quick card on that call to action there. Hangman, seeing things in a completely different way. I think you've got an opportunity here to not only change your job or how you do your job, change the way in which the company exists and how it works, the ethics of it. There's loads of things that I think you can put into place according to your business as well. So Leo, it looks absolutely brilliant. Go ahead and manifest your, you know, your future, your absolute brilliant future. Just sort of say that's the bottom of the pack. I don't know why, but that seems to be in there. Marrying those both sides. Really good reading for you there, Leo, for the month of August. Happy birthday to you. If you want to support this channel, it's very easy to do. You just need to subscribe and click that bell. And also sharing this video across all social platforms would be really nice, so we can all get on the same page, as it were. Commenting and liking would really help us out. I will be doing lots more videos on Cymatic TV and also on this channel, so keep your eyes open for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.